News coming in right now. Prime Minister Modi takes a dig at the opposition over Parliament launch. Cites Australian opposition leaders attending diaspora event. Modi says Australian opposition participated in diaspora event. This is the strength of democracy. So that is what Prime Minister Modi said. Remember, Prime Minister Modi is back in India now from his three-nation tour. He visited Australia. There was a massive diaspora event which took place, and Australian leaders, both from the ruling party and the opposition, attended that function. And Prime Minister is citing that in the context of opposition in India boycotting Parliament opening. Listen in.
साथियों, आपको जानकर के खुशी होगी, और मैंने अब तक जितना भी कुछ देखा पढ़ा, मुझे इस बात की तरफ ध्यान नहीं गया है मेरा, और इसलिए मैं बताना चाहता हूं। भारतीय समुदाय का जो कार्यक्रम था, वहां ऑस्ट्रेलिया के प्रधानमंत्री का आना गौरव की बात थी। लेकिन इतना ही नहीं, उस समारोह में पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री भी थे। उस समारोह में पूरी अपोजिशन पार्टी के मेंबर्स से, रूलिंग पार्टी के मेंबर्स से, ये लोकतंत्र का वातावरण ऑस्ट्रेलिया के लोग में भारतीयों के प्रति, चाहे पक्ष सत्ता का हो, चाहे पक्ष विपक्ष का हो, सबके सब मिलजुल करके भारतीय समुदाय के इस कार्यक्रम में उतने ही उमंग और उत्साह के साथ शरीक हुए थे। और भारत के एक प्रतिनिधि को, भारत के एक सेवक को दोनों पक्ष उतना ही आदर और सत्कार कर रहे थे।
So that is what Prime Minister Modi said. He was speaking outside the Palam Technical Airport after landing in New Delhi from his three-nation tour. He was citing the example of how both the ruling party members and opposition members from the Australian Parliament were present at Prime Minister Modi's diaspora event in Sydney. That, he said, is the strength of democracy. Clearly, this was a veiled dig at the opposition. 20 opposition parties that have chosen and announced that they will be boycotting the new Parliament building's opening on May 28th at the hands of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Prime Minister Modi said, citing the example of Australia, that the opposition and the ruling party came together for a diaspora event, and that clearly is how a healthy democracy should be functioning. This was a dig, a pot shot that the Prime Minister was taking at the opposition back home in India, that has said that it will be boycotting the function on May 28th because, as per constitutional propriety, they say that the President of the country should be inaugurating the new Parliament building and not Prime Minister Modi, and they allege that he is making this launch all about himself. Remember, Prime Minister Modi landed early this morning in New Delhi from Australia. He was on a three-nation tour. He was visiting Japan, Papua New Guinea and Australia, and he received a grand welcome from BJP party workers and supporters. Listen in to what Prime Minister Modi said.
साथियों, आपको जानकर के खुशी होगी, और मैंने अब तक जितना भी कुछ देखा पढ़ा, मुझे इस बात की तरफ ध्यान नहीं गया है मेरा, और इसलिए मैं बताना चाहता हूं। भारतीय समुदाय का जो कार्यक्रम था, वहां ऑस्ट्रेलिया के प्रधानमंत्री का आना गौरव की बात थी। लेकिन इतना ही नहीं, उस समारोह में पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री भी थे। उस समारोह में पूरी अपोजिशन पार्टी के मेंबर्स से, रूलिंग पार्टी के मेंबर्स से, ये लोकतंत्र का वातावरण ऑस्ट्रेलिया के लोग में भारतीयों के प्रति, चाहे पक्ष सत्ता का हो, चाहे पक्ष विपक्ष का हो, सबके सब मिलजुल करके भारतीय समुदाय के इस कार्यक्रम में उतने ही उमंग और उत्साह के साथ शरीक हुए थे। और भारत के एक प्रतिनिधि को, भारत के एक सेवक को दोनों पक्ष उतना ही आदर और सत्कार कर रहे थे.
So that is, of course, what the Prime Minister had to say. Now, this after 19 opposition parties issued a joint statement yesterday saying that they will be boycotting the opening of the new Parliament building, and then there were others that also announced their decision to skip the event, including the AIMIM, who were not, of course, signatories to that joint statement. But at least 20 parties so far have said that they will be boycotting the program on May 28th. The Prime Minister there taking a veiled dig at the opposition in India, saying, look how the opposition and the ruling party members came together for a diaspora event, and that's exactly how a democracy should be functioning. That shows that a democracy is healthy, it's functioning well, and that is in fact the strength of a democracy. Prime Minister Modi was received to a rousing welcome given to him by BJP party workers and supporters. National President of the party, JP Nadda, was present at the Delhi airport when Prime Minister Modi landed there today. Remember, yesterday the NDA parties in fact issued a statement saying that they condemn the boycott of the opposition parties of this function. This only goes to show their disdain towards democracy. The function is concerning the opening of the new Parliament building, which will house both the ruling party members and the opposition members. So this is a momentous occasion as far as the history of our democracy is concerned. And for that to be cast aside by the opposition for its alleged politics was condemnable, is what the NDA has said in a joint statement issued by the alliance partners. My colleague Rahul Gautam is now joining me live on this. Rahul, the Prime Minister there taking a pot shot at the opposition and saying in Australia for a diaspora event, if the ruling party and opposition party members can come together, and that shows how democracy actually functions. Why is it that the opposition, he of course did not name the opposition here, but he was alluding towards the opposition's boycott of the new Parliament building opening, basically saying that democracy otherwise functions where both the ruling party and the opposition work with each other.
Well, the statement of Prime Minister is on the same lines that BJP has been saying, that boycotting the upcoming inauguration ceremony of the new Parliament is akin to boycotting democracy, and this only shows that how disrespectful our opposition leaders are, and therefore Prime Minister took this jibe, tried to equate India with other foreign nations, foreign democracies, saying that over there everybody used to come to welcome me, but here in India some opposition parties with their own vested interest are not coming forward to celebrate this big day of Indian democracy when a new parliament will be dedicated to the nation. In fact, he also said that how whenever he goes around the globe, whenever he speaks, people believe in his words because of the fact that his words are endorsed by 140 crore Indians. And obviously, the BJP and the Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself, they're trying to create this narrative that opposition parties, by not participating in the upcoming inauguration ceremony, is only lowering the dignity of the new house. And in fact, this also shows that how they're not able to digest this fact that this new building that will be, dedicated to the nation is being inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and this is what the BJP claims, that they are not ready to digest and they are not able to come at par with the fact that the new building will be inaugurated by the hands of Prime Minister Modi, and therefore this is the resentment that why opposition parties are not participating
that program, which of course the Prime Minister says is a program which is throwing open a Parliament House which will seat both opposition and ruling party members. So why is the opposition boycotting the same program?